Hello my dear students, I welcome each of you to this video. Here in this video we are going to learn chapter 9. The name of this chapter is decimals. Okay, so students, already we learn about the fractions, how to write the fraction and how to convert into different fractions like mixed fraction or improper fraction, right? So you can see this picture. So if you want to write the fraction of this picture, can you able to write? Yes, here first of all we have to write the total parts. So total here 10 parts are there. So that one will be denominator. And how many parts are shaded? 5 parts are shaded. So in fraction this figure can be written as 5 by 10, right? Similarly in decimal we put point. Decimals means point. Okay. So if we write this number, you can see here students 5 by 10, right? So in decimal we have to write it like this way. So here you see one thing, here I am putting one point, okay, 0.5. okay, so in fraction it is 5 by 10, in decimal we can write it as 0.5. The value of these two numbers are same. Okay, the digit to the right of the point conveys that it is less than one whole. Okay, you see the right side, that means after point the number, whatever the number is given, that one is called decimal number and that is always less than 1. Okay, as you know, according to the place value, whatever we write before the point, so that one starts from ones place, right? Ones, tens, hundred, like this way. But after point it goes another way. Okay, so the first part after decimal, that one we called as tenth. Okay, what we called it? We called it tenth. Okay, so students, the spelling will be TENTHS. Okay, it is different than tens. TENS, that one is different and this one is different. This one is what? After point. Okay, so I think you can see this picture. Okay, so the first box, if we shade it completely like this way, so this one will become one whole, right? So one whole can be considered like, how can we write it in number? Simply 1. Now here you see this figure is divided into some parts. So total parts are given here 10, and how many shaded part? Shaded part are 3. Okay, so definitely it will be 3 by 10, right students? Now altogether how can we write this in decimal number? Obviously one whole, so that one will write as 1. Then we'll put point, because 3 by 10, that means what? 0.3. As I have shown you here, 5 by 10, that one can be written as 0.5. So 3 by 10 can be written as 0.3. Okay, the procedure how we are getting this, that one also I will show you. Okay, so you see, if we plus 1 plus 0.3, definitely we'll get 1.3. Is not it? If we plus 1 with this, so 1 plus 0 will be 1 and 3 will be remain as it is. So the decimal number for this figure will be 1.3. Okay, now you see, as I have written here 1.3. So here you see different parts of this number. Okay, so here you see this point is called decimal point. Then before decimal point, that is called your whole part. From that we call it as ones place, tens place, hundred place, and so on. And after point it is called decimal part. Okay, so here 7 is your 7 is in decimal part. So 7 is a decimal number. In words we can write it this number as 2 and 7/10. As I told you, after point the first place is called your tenth. Already I told you here. So using the place value chart also we can write this number. Okay, so 2 will be in ones place and 7 will be in tenths place, right? So in this two way you can write it in words, 2 and 7/10, or you can write 2.7. Simply how we read like 2.7. That one also you can write, or you can write 2 and 7/10. Okay, see the spelling. Now let us do some other number. Suppose some numbers are given like 3.2. So in place value chart, how can we put? So here this 3 will be in ones place, then point is given, so point, and after that, after point, that place value is called what? Tenths. So 2 will be here. Similarly 7.5, so it will be 7.5. Right, students? So in this way you can put them in place value chart also. Okay. Now I'll show you how you are getting this 0.3 from 3 by 10. Okay. So similarly, as you know, 3 by 10, that means division, right? So what you have to do, you have to divide 3 by 10. Now you see, divisor is greater than what? Dividend. So in this way, we cannot divide. So for that, you have to put one point over here. Okay. And before point, if nothing is there, you can put one 0. Okay. So when you are putting one point, you will get a 0. Okay. You can add 1 0 to the dividend. Now you see 10 and 30. Yes, they are divisible. 3 tens are 30. Now remainder gets 0. So what is the quotient you are getting? 0.3. Same. Understood? So in this way you can find out the decimal number from the fraction. So students, in page number 147, exercise 9.1 is given. First one is given that give the decimal for the shaded part. Okay. So you see here 1 whole, 2 whole, and out of 10, 3 part are shaded. Okay. So 1 plus 1, 2. So 2 I have written, then point, because here out of 10, 3 part are shaded. So 3 by 10, and in decimal it will be 0.3. So in 0 we are adding 2, so 2.3. Similarly for this figure, 1 is whole, so 1 will be remain same, and out of 10, 1 part, so 0.1. So in this way you do this, out of 10 how many part are shaded, so point that much. Okay. Now write the decimal in words. So these decimal numbers are given, so you have to write it in words, as I have shown you, whether you can write 0.6 or you can write 6 tenths. 0.2 or you can write 2 tenths. 1.4 you can write, or you can write 1 and 4 tenths. Okay, so in this way you do. Students, this one you write it in your copy. This one you can write in book only. And here one pattern is given, so complete the pattern. Here space is given, so you can write it here. Okay, so I think you can follow, you can write this by following the pattern. 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, then obviously it will be what? 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, right? So in this way you have to complete it. Okay. And students, see here, this one is 0.8. So next one will be 0.9. And after that, do not do mistake like it will be, 17.8, 17.9. So do not do mistake like the next one you are writing 17.10. Okay, no. Because when it will become 10, that means that one will be equal to 1 whole. Okay, because you see here, students, 10 by 10. That means what? 1. Right? So you cannot write like 17.10, because 0.10 means what? 10 by 10, that means 1. So 1 is whole number. So that one will be added to this number, right? So this one will be remain 18.0. Okay, students. So in your book, for your help, it is already given. But when suppose in exam also it is given, so you have to use your brain and do not do mistake. Okay, do not write 10. Okay, and so on. 18 you get, so next one will be 18.1, 18.2, and so on. Okay, so I think you can do this exercise, very short exercise. Try to do after watching this video. Okay, students, and soon I will share another video where we will be discussing about another topics from this chapter. Thank you.